This is going to be much bigger, so we've elevated the camera up, so I've got to look up at you. Just to explain, this is the new Black Oasis that I have shared with you in the past. And just to show you what I've done here, filled the glass container full of baubles of my choice, which was silver. And then there's a little well here, reservoir, which I've sliced a piece of this off, popped it on and cut it so it fits, so that this part is full, and then a good size piece for the top, and I've just taken off the corners, and then I've taped everything in so that if or when we go in with some of the foliage and the plant material and flowers, it'll all be in water. So we'll pop that on there. I've got some lovely Aralia leaves. It's going to be front facing, so what I will be doing is I'll turn it round so you can see. And try and get them so that they're facing down a little bit. If I show you around like that, then I'm just going to take some small pieces of foliage, and I've chosen to continue using the same theme that we've used earlier with the everlasting greenery, because if this is for the festive season, then you're not going to have to worry about whether it's going to survive or not. So just working around to cover up the black so that we've got some background covery to work through and keep coming round. To here. All I'm doing, as I say, is just trying to mask and you looking from the top can probably see a lot more than I can. Got to be careful when you're doing something like this. Obviously I'm on a turntable so that I can turn it to share with you, and we don't want to lose it on the floor, otherwise we will be in a mess. We'll have all those baubles everywhere. So continue round with your foliage, just covering as you go. So you're now seeing what will be the front. Got some ceanothus here. This is a good foliage, evergreen, out of the garden. Nice, shiny, well-lasting foliage. Just to remind you that you should pick your foliage really the day before, and just to give it a drink, ready for the next day. Best to pick in the morning when the sap's rising, so it has a whole 24 hours really in water. I'm going to now introduce some of these lovely, beautiful coloured pink gladioli. With gladioli, quite often I'll take the top out, top few, just break them out, because it will encourage the rest of the gladioli to open up almost to the top. So I'm going to go in at the top. Not going to go hugely high, and then I'm going to come down with the next one. And you can see now I'm pushing well in, so I'm not going to worry, because I know that there's oasis in the bottom of that tray. Pinch the top out of that one. As you See, I've already changed my mind what I'm doing. Come back to those if I need them in a bit. And now I've got these lovely roses, and I will share that these are actually supermarket roses, so you haven't got to go to a great lengths to find your flowers. You can always cheat and just go to the supermarket. If you want bigger blooms, more lush blooms, then you are going to have to order through a florist, and they will help you supply whatever you need, I'm sure. Just being careful, because if I let go and it shoots on the floor, we're in trouble. I've taken all the guard petals off these, which if you've been following on another video, you'll know that the guard petal is always what nature has on the outer side to protect the bud while it's growing. And then they do look a little bit tired at times. Keep going, just turn it around in a second, but I'm making a nice group of these lovely roses. To give a statement is what I'd like to do here. I am going to work with some silver as well in a minute. And I've also got to be aware that there's got to be some balance here, because obviously if I've got everything coming forward, I need to go back. So I'm going to have some silver, which I'm now going to be covered in. So bear with. And my silver is going to come out the sides. Now you could use foliage from the garden and spray it with silver spray paint. Or in this case, this is silver and glittered artificial Christmas, which to be honest is a bit of fun. It's nice to have a play with bits. Christmas isn't every week, is it? Just to show you how we're coming. And I'm going to just put some heavier silver at the back, just to give me some weight so that the whole thing doesn't fall forward. Wire cutters or secateurs, which these are, very good tempered. You'll actually see that in a minute through your design and out the back, which is quite nice to see. A little bit in there. I'm going to come this side and put some more roses this side, up a little bit, but still in a nice group to add a big statement. Colour's delicious, I think. Silver and pink, gorgeous together. A little bit of a change from red and white and cream at Christmas. I thought pink might just bring the changes. hold tight to the top so that we don't shoot it off. These have been in water overnight since yesterday. Cut the bottoms, take most of the foliage off. Really what we need is just the heads. There is a back and a front deliberately because this would go against a wall or on a table against a wall. Not too long. The last one just here. And then I've taken it off the pedestal because it was getting a little bit dangerous with wobbling about, and I've gathered a few more little bits. So I'm just going to add some more silver, just taking it a little bit over to this one side so we've got a nice line, and then I'm going to have one piece just out of the front, which again is taking that lovely feathery look lower down. You will be covered in glitter, and you'll have glitter for days once you've done something like this, so just bear that in mind. Now I've got this rather pretty little variegated ivy, and I just love the little flowers that are forming, so I'm just going to use that in the middle there. This will be easier to spin round just to show you. So that's filled a gap. It's just more interest. And then I've got some white fir cones, and I always bend the end up a little bit so that once they're in, they won't pop back out again. So in. This is going to make a feature and a little cluster together. And it isn't really worth you putting one here, one there. It's far better to have a statement of a little cluster together. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. And we'll get that one a little bit more in recess if we can, so that it's making you look into the arrangement. And because they're on wires, you can twist them round. Now I'm just going to add some phormium leaves. And these are out of the garden. Come in all sorts of colours. They come in sort of a plummy colour, green, grow really very quickly in the garden, so you've got them to pick at all the time. I'm just going to go in at the one side here. And now I need to anchor this one side, so I'm going to take a wire, just bend that in half so I've got a little bit more to get hold of, and then twist round, hoping you can see. And then that I'm going to bend so it doesn't come bouncing back out again. And I'm going in near the focal point into the oasis just to anchor this other end. I'll just show you what's changed, and then we're going to have another piece that side as well. I'm going to go in. So I've just gone in with the other end, and I'm now And to wire my second piece in at the front. And go into a similar place. Into the oasis. You have to fiddle around just to make sure you've found the oasis. This is still not quite right, this one. Come a little bit higher up. Like so. Nothing does as it's told when you want it to, does it? There we go. So that's your second piece in. And now this side, I'm going to show you how I do this. You could either do this with a staple gun, piece of wire, decorative wire, or in this case I've chosen a little pearl-headed pin, which just pinch through there like that. And then I've got two of these. I'm going to have one out of this side here. And this one, cut a nice point on it so that you can get it in. And this one, just there like that. Your bits of glitter should stop coming out now. And remember as well that you must fill this little vase, which you can obviously take off to water, fill up with water regularly. Bring that up a little bit more. And that's your finished vase arrangement, which will go on a sideboard against a wall maybe, or something like that, just to show you the back as well. And there we have it. So all I can say is just go out there and have a play and have some fun. Okay, and just remember the glitter will be everywhere. Enjoy.